Let a hoe be a hoe, let the money pop. Kings of prime time, my game is all mad. No need to be sad, and baby tracking hella whack. Top heavy and she ready. Dial up the bomb, deep to Bolitnikoff, she lost in the sauce. Like Big Al, I'm the boss. Sunday game day, Lily White. Switch up the wardrobe. Every day I dress like Darth Vader, ultra black like Nas. It's a soul patrol. Put a wig on a pig, now your girl on an ESO stroll. Hey Raider Nation, this is your boy Raider Tone. We got a special guest today over here at Silver and Black Syndicate TV. Got a special guest for you. Those of y'all that know us on Facebook, by the way, find us on Facebook, Silver and Black Syndicate. But anyway, those of y'all that know us and are familiar to the Syndicate, you are probably familiar with the man I'm about to talk to right now, Boneface. Are you there? You there, brother?
I am here.
There you go. There you go. So,
hello, Raider Nation.
Yes, sir.
It's the Boneface villain. It's the Boneface villain himself, Mark Andrews.
Indeed so.
And you guys that know me on Facebook, you guys know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You guys Syndicate should definitely know who I am.
Tell him, man.
And let's just get off into it. This week is an opening week, and it's also a divisional week.
Yes.
So it's kind of a twofer.
2 for 1.
Yes. And, well, let's just get into the brass tacks. On offense, everything is real simple this week. In my opinion, I say it's really just short, sweet, and simple. Just use power football as a focal point.
Yep.
And what that means is running the ball. The Chargers have they have 3 seasoned pass rushers. Arguably some of the best pass rushers in the league. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and I hope I get his name right. Tuia Pelotu.
Hey, better you trying that than me, man. Good job.
Hey. He's way better than how I pronounced his name. Believe that. I'm nobody's Chargers. Yeah. I'm nobody's Chargers fan, but I will give credit where credit is due. And this kid is the real deal. Okay? So they basically have a 3-headed monster over there on the defense. But the good thing about that is that they're useless against the run. They can stop the pass, but they can't stop the run. That being said, any attempts at any kind of pass plays, any RPOs, and for you guys who don't know what that is, that's run pass options, any play actions, any type of go route type plays, none of it should be attempted until that run is established first. The only way you're going to get past these guys, you're going to have to sell the run in order to go with the pass. Definitely. Now, that said, again, this should be a coming out party for Zamir White.
Zeus on the loose.
Exactly. He's basically found himself at the top job. So basically it should be the Zamir White show. It should be.
Well, you know what? We almost ain't got a choice because, and maybe they're going to prove us wrong, but there ain't really too much depth at running back. At least dependable depth, you know what I'm saying?
Not yet. Yeah, exactly. Like Muhammad is he's almost a borderline scat back. He's basically a check down type running back. Not really a gaps type running back. Sweeps, screens, he's good for that. But with these guys, you're going to have to go straight up the middle. Nothing but gap style running, misdirects. The only person that we really have to worry about as far as the run goes is probably Perryman. But you know,
Yeah.
if you can just, he's good too. The good thing about that is that if you can just bump him out of the play, that's all that needs to happen. Just bump him out of the play and give White, a scene. We should have some, we should see some bout of success. If he can average at least, maybe about 5 to 7 yards per carry, we should be in good shape. We should be in real good shape. Um, like I said, this week it's basically short, sweet, and simple. Just run the ball. Just run the ball on these guys. Run the ball, sell the pass. On defense, well, let's go into that. Off top, it's imperative to note that as of right now, there are reports citing that the Chargers quarterback, Justin Herbert, is going to be good to play this Sunday. However, his status is still questionable. As many of you may know, he had a plantar fascia injury back in July. And for you guys who don't know what that is an injury in the instep of your foot. Long story short, whenever you walk and step down, you're going to know it. So
It might be hard to
that
step
means
into them passes, huh?
exactly. It's hard to walk, let alone trying to run. But again, they saying that he's supposed to be good to go this Sunday. We'll see. We'll see exactly what's going to happen with that. If not, we might see Stick like we did last year. He may come back and start for him. I believe that's their number 2 quarterback. But yeah, Harbaugh likes to play hide and seek, and I'm gonna get into Harbaugh in a little bit too, Jim Harbaugh. But he likes to play hide and seek when it comes to IR and status of his players a lot of times, especially when they have injuries like this.
Oh, plus, he
Anyway,
likes to play games too. Like he's not gonna let us know what he's gonna do yet.
oh no. But getting back into this, the thing is that what we ought to do, or what we should do, and I had noticed during the preseason, and of course that was just preseason, but one of the things that our defense has to do is to stop the run. We have to stop the run. That was one of the biggest problems that I had noticed with the defense, especially during the preseason. Of course, this is regular season, so, it's like apples and oranges, so who knows. But the thing is that one of the main things you're going to have to do if Herbert is out there, you'll have to put pressure on him. Make him throw before he wants to. Definitely make him throw before he wants to. If you're going to blitz him, I go through the lanes, a slot blitz, get in his face fast.
Yeah,
That should be one of the that should be one of the focal points, is just containing the quarterback, even if it's Stick, getting him contained, and keeping your eye on the running back.
and one thing about him and that foot injury, he might not be the same Herbert that wants to, do all kind of slippery shit back there, paws. You know what I mean? You're gonna get a guy that's not as mobile. So if they really do go with
Right.
him, there ain't gonna really be too much he can do. You can't stand on that foot the way you used to. Step into your throws. You can't really move. So
Right.
if he's playing and he's 100, I'm gonna be real surprised, man. Cause he got hurt like 2-3 weeks ago. That's pretty quick to come
Um,
back.
yeah, the reports are saying that he got hurt. I remember it was sometime in July, and it's only roughly been over a month. again, it's very, very painful to walk on, let alone run on. And getting over an injury like that is not just letting it heal, but you also have to rehab yourself to get back to that position you were before you got hurt.
Exactly.
And sometimes that can take time. That can definitely take time.
Exactly.
But yeah, with the defense, I would definitely say one of the keys is to definitely focus on containing the quarterback. A lot of their guys are really rookies and inexperienced. A lot of them are untested. And matter of fact, you know what? Let's get into that.
Mm-hmm.
This week is a debut in a lot of ways for both coaches. Our own Antonio Pierce. This is his first debut. This is his debut as an official NFL quarterback in full capacity. Not an interim, but a full-blown head coach. That being said, this is also Jim Harbaugh's debut after coming back from the NCAA for over a decade. As many of you guys with long memories can remember, his last NFL team was the San Francisco 49er. And he left and he went over to Michigan in the NCAA, did college for 10 years, and come back. That being said, the deal going is that he's come back and he's done something that has really had me scratching my head.
What's that?
He gutted all the key players on his roster in his offense.
Yeah, he did.
There's no Austin Eckler, there's no Keenan Allen, and there's no Mike Williams.
Nope.
And you guys who know, when we've played the Chargers in the past with those three guys there, it's always been a rough and tumble one.
Oh, yeah, very competitive ball game with those guys.
Exactly. So now they're gone. And a lot of times when you gut a roster like that, just like Josh McDaniels had done, and John Gruden before that with our roster, gutting them, getting rid of a bunch of guys off your roster, especially your key guys. The problem with that is that when you have these untested players and you're going up against a seasoned roster, you can have problems. In fact, you can have problems all year long. That being said, and then on top of that, you have a quarterback who has a questionable injury.
Yeah, that's why I said this week one game, it's very important to the Raiders, but it's important to the Chargers too. I mean, these week ones are always important to us because we've just been trying to get our footing back since 2016. But, we're going to see what the outfit's made of. But for them, like you said, they got all these guys missing. And it's like, what's going to be their identity? Are they going to tank it this year? Are they in rebuild mode right now? Because I think they are, but I don't think they're going to come out and say it. I think they might later on. I think they're looking at us. They're going to see how well they do with us, and then they're going to know how they're going to play the season. I was surprised when they kept Mack and Bosa, honestly. I thought they were going to just flip the whole thing, but to me, it looks like he's trying to hang his hat on the run game and defense, being that, he's kind of an old school type coach, at least in the NFL. But I think we'll see Sunday, man. But I'm honestly thinking that the game might have passed Harbaugh by a little bit. Like, he might come out here. Yeah, I think he's gonna come out here and think that, hey, I'm gonna come out here and, I'm gonna smash this little quarterback that the Raiders got. I'm gonna pick on these guys or whatever, and then we run the ball, and then all your pass rush is neutralized. So,
Exactly. And that brings up something, because it seems to me that he's coming back and he's speaking as if he has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not just to us, but to the league as well. A lot of guys, when they take these hiatuses for that length of time, a lot of times the league has passed them by. But
Exactly.
then on their return, you know, on their return, a lot of there's just a lot of hurdles for them to climb and cross over. This was one of the problems that John Gruden had faced. Of course, when he was with us, when he came back the second time, when Mark Davis had hired him, you know, people don't understand that he got rid of, he got rid of all the stars on the roster, and his best year with us was 7-9. That was his best year. On average, it was 4-12, and he never won 4 games straight.
Man, that's
This is
wild.
clear. This is clear proof that, and I hate to say this, but it just showed that, hey, the league had passed him by. You know, Professional football is evolutionary; it's ever changing, and so this is one of the factors. This is one of the factors that come into play when you have to realize something like it. McDaniel's the same thing. He hadn't been a head coach since he was over at Denver. He came over to us, got rid of the roster again, and did basically, nothing but give us a horrible couple of seasons under
Yeah.
his tenure. Now, again and again, so this pattern, it's never worked. I've seen, a lot of head coaches have come back and tried this, and it almost never works. And but we'll see.
Yeah, well,
He
Josh, I
doesn't.
think he just never had it, man. I think a lot of what happens with him is people just don't want to play for the guy. Like, you look eternally with coaches, and if people want to play for him, as they say, run through a wall for coach. Then
Exactly.
he'll have success. But you got a guy like Josh McDaniels, where everybody said the guy was a prick, and then Harbaugh doing that high school stuff with them lockers. But as far as what I've always seen, besides I think Richard Sherman didn't really get along with Harbaugh, but I've heard everybody else gets along with him. I know I don't think Pete Carroll likes him that much from the Stanford
No,
USC days, but
no.
but on the other hand, I don't think the game passed Carroll up. I think Carroll just he had to get more horses, you know. Yeah, so
Oh yeah, yeah. Seattle is experiencing a whole lot of changes within their locker room and with their personnel. And
yeah, they're basically changing their identity to more of a offensive team.
exactly, and when Pete Carroll had it, it was more of a defensive
Yup,
type outfit
exactly.
with him.
Like a super
You know,
defense.
exactly. This was Mr. Cover 3.
Yup,
The Legion of Boom,
that's them.
and so yeah. So, but like we said, we'll see. Now, we were talking about Justin Herbert here and his injury and him being at 100% or not.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and the fact that Harbaugh likes to play hide and seek with his players' status.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If he comes out there, if he comes out there, it may be a wild one for him. Um, with Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby out there, and basically a bunch of untested and replacement people on his line, that could probably be problematic.
Definitely.
Um, on our side of the ball, with our quarterback, and a lot of people have been hearing a lot of talk about um, Gardner Minshew versus O'Connell, Aiden
Mm-hmm.
O'Connell,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm going to get into a little bit of that right now. One, the pros and cons. The one of the pros with Minshew is that he's been in the league longer. And although we could never beat him with the Colts, the thing is that the Colts are mediocre at best when they played, but it just looked stellar because we were so horrible with Josh McDaniels. I'm just going to call it for what it is. Minshew is more mobile, but his drawback is, and I hope we don't see this on Sunday, he tends to hold on to the ball way too long.
And he's short.
Okay, you're looking for a receiver, nobody's open, get rid of the ball.
He's agile enough to where he could just make it happen with his feet and just slide. We could live with that.
Yeah.
Keep on putting plays together.
Right.
Move the chains. Just don't turn the ball over and we're good.
Yeah. Tuck it under and run.
Yeah, he can do that.
If you can find a seam or a gap, you think you can get 4 or 5 yards out of it, okay, turn nothing into something. But just don't stand there trying to hold on to the ball forever.
Exactly.
That line isn't going to hold up forever, and somebody will be able to break through. Again, we're talking about a defense over here. Harbough may have gutted his offense, but his defense is intact. And you got 3 pass rushers chasing you down. That's a lot of people. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot of people.
Well, most teams just got 2 pass rushers. The DEs and, everything else on the line is just, the tackles.
But these guys have 3.
Exactly.
And that can be problematic. That may be Harbaugh's saving grace season-wise. But, again, with Minshew, he has to get rid of the ball. You either tuck it under and run or throw it away. You can't find anybody open, get rid of it.
And please, no hospital balls. Please. Just you got enough options on offense to where somebody's going to be open. It's just like we can't block all their pass rushers. Well, you can't cover all of our receivers, especially if you got both our tight ends. So
exactly.
It all evens out.
It does. It really does. On the flip side, Aiden O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden O'Connell, his pros and cons is, for one, he's the veteran of our squad. He's been there longer than Minshew. He's played with these guys. He's had the experience. Those are the pluses.
Indeed.
He's pretty accurate with the ball. He can thread the needle pretty good. Now, his cons are simple. When he goes into a drop, he has a bad habit of not stepping forward. In fact, that was Derek Carr's biggest problem. You go into a 7-step drop, and for you guys that don't know, that's, you take 7 steps backwards after the ball is snapped. You snap it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, backwards. But then you take a couple of steps forward and get back inside of the pocket. And because if you don't, the problem is that you're right in the middle of oncoming traffic, and you get hit. You can get blindsided. You can get hurt. You have to step back up into the pocket.
Plus, you get your full maximum strength throw by stepping into it too.
Exactly. So you get back into it. You step forward. Now you see, and you can throw. Usually, you still have a good 3 paces, before you even reach the centering guard. Okay, so you're in, but you got to step into that pocket. The other thing is that he doesn't have, I guess, the ability or the experience yet to move the pocket. You have to be able to move the pocket, and he hasn't had that experience yet. Hopefully, if he comes in and plays, he's had a lot of those things corrected, a lot of that composition squared away, and has the ability to play better than what he has been playing. With me, that being said, again, but this week it probably shouldn't be that big of a factor because, in my opinion, the run game should be where it's at. The run game should be definitely where it's at. That being said, we'll see on Sunday, I imagine, but yeah, that's pretty much, what we're looking at this week. And again, with us doing this year, and I'm very hopeful that this year, at the very, very least, we'll probably, we should have a win this week. We should.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We should have a win this week. We should see a win. If all goes well, we should see a win. Hey, we might even get a repeat of what happened last year, that 63-21, meltdown.
Exactly, because I'm looking at their roster and I'm just saying, like, besides Herbert, I know they got the little Dobbins from Baltimore or whatever, but I'm just saying, who's going to take over the game for them?
Right.
Because you know how running backs are, that chip away game, that's a long game. We're used to the Chargers lighting us up through the sky, so.
Exactly. And I don't think that they'll be able to do that this year, or as much as they think they'll be able to.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so, because I just can't see them just, like what's Harbough cooking up down there? Weapon X or some shit,
Anyways, that's my 2 cents. As you guys on Facebook know, that's my 2 cents. And enjoy the game.
Yep, enjoy the game. We got a good one coming up on Sunday for you guys, and that's at I want to say 1:15 because they always say 1 o'clock. But what are they saying? 1:05 kickoff?
It's usually a little after 1.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, 1:05, 1:15, something along those lines.
I miss some 125s in Oakland, man. Them was the shit.
That was wonderful. I'm not gonna lie. I miss Oakland.
Oh man, me too. It just ain't the same.
Games in the motherland.
The best ones was when the A's were playing in the playoffs, and they had to start the kickoff late. Like I remember one day. Matter of fact, we were playing the Chargers on Charles Woodson's birthday. He went crazy at 7 o'clock, and after that, when the game was over at 10 o'clock or whatever in California, the first thing you're going to do is go celebrate. So, yeah, man, I wish the NFL, since they want to change everything for shit the fans don't even really want, it'd be cool if they changed it to, hey, it'd be nice to have a late game on Sunday night, You could keep Sunday night football, but a late game, that'd be great.
Right. Oh, yeah. We used to do our best work at night.
Oh, I know. The lights come on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The lights come on. 2 things we would excel at. Playing in bad weather and playing at night.
Oh, yeah.
I miss that. I miss that mystique that came out of that East Bay. Waterfront football.
No doubt.
And, no doubt about it. But, yeah, like I tell you guys that know me every week, that's my 2 cents, We should see a win here. But either way, enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game, folks. Talk to you soon. Catch me silver suit, looking just a spoke. Walking tall like Al Davis, fresh out of cold. For a while. Let a hoe be a hoe, let the money buy. Catch me silver suit, looking just a spoke. Walking tall like Al Davis, fresh out of cold. For a while. Let a hoe be a hoe.